Well, at the start of the year, previous teams, the last 5 years, they had a combined total of 8 wins, so 2 a year. And so going into every weekend, we were just like, oh no, here's couple more losses on our way. Go back home unhappy.
It's a really high intensity league and a very high level league, but we're kind of a small area in the Kootenays, and the past years with the Kootenay Ice, the teams haven't done very well. Expectations for our team every year are dead last. Nothing's ever going to happen. They've tried to kick our team out of the league before because the teams from Vancouver don't want to travel here just to beat us. But kids had low expectations, I think.
And it's hard not for a team to eventually start to feel down after numerous losses.
And you know, the kids had big hearts and they were trying really hard, but there was some stuff that was lacking there, and a lot of it was a winning attitude.
There were times when, after the game, there was not a lot of talk in the car on the way home.
He brought this in after we were struggling a little bit. We started the season off not very strong. We were losing games by a lot and not really competing. First game we got beat, I think 7-2, or worse than that, it was 8-1 or something against an island team, and right away, even someone said on the bench, this is worse than last year. And first, even I thought, is this going to be the same as every other year? Hockey's a huge mental game, so if our mind was in the right place, we'd have a chance to win. And
so I talked to Robin Sharamita and told him what I wanted to do, and said I'd like to take some of this stuff and apply it to the hockey team. What do you think? And the response was, you know, 2 big thumbs up, go for it, and let me know how you make out. Every trip we'd take time on a bus trip, and I'd hand a handout out to all the guys, and we'd go through it.
And it really helped before games when we'd read this stuff just to get your mental game ready.
Everybody wasn't committed at the start, and as soon as we were looking over that stuff, everybody started to be committed, not just a couple of us, but all 18.
And by the 3rd or 4th trip, these guys weren't forgetting their handouts, they were bringing them, they were buying into it.
You look back there and you see all 20 guys with papers in their hands actually listening, right, sitting by themselves, not sitting with other kids just joking around. After reading the courageous leadership stuff that we received, saying never, never, never give up, that was our team motto at the end of the year, and we kept on doing it.
On one of the trips we watched the Remember the Titans. I've seen the clip in facilitating, but I've never watched the whole movie.
On the bus, whenever we watch movies, it's kind of, people are wrestling and jumping over the seats, and one day we sat down and Ben and our coach Brent said, okay boys, watch this movie and just think about it. Think about our team that connects with this movie.
And the first 2 seconds, one of the kids jumped up and said, oh, that's an awesome movie. The rest of the team hadn't seen it. And when the movie ended, 19 kids stood up and gave this movie a standing ovation. They all bought into it because they loved it.
Like in the movie, you have to deal with living with people that you're not comfortable with maybe, and you have to learn to accept everybody in the team and work with them, because if you don't work with one person, nothing works, and you'll never have a team atmosphere.
There was a leadership message in that whole movie, right? Attitude reflects leadership.
You have to have skill, and you have to know how to play the game, but if your attitude's not there, you won't go anywhere.
There was a change in the atmosphere of the team as a whole, and you could see that just in the way they looked when they came out of the dressing room.
The first half of the season we finished like 2-18, and then the rest of the season we finished 10-10.
And that was unheard of in Kootenay Ice history.
We saw a huge change. They went from a team that historically would get 2 wins in a season, and this year we amassed more wins than all the teams previous combined.
And it turned out that teams didn't want to play us anymore, and then we were actually winning and going for a chance to make the playoffs. So coaches on the other teams were posting blogs on the internet and on their newspapers saying how they never give up and they're one of the hardest teams to play in the league now. And we were all cheering in the crowd, and they're over there slamming their sticks like, what the heck just happened here? And it was awesome to see finally that we're on the right end of the stick and they're on the wrong end.
I think it's a wonderful thing that Ben took this on and brought it from the workplace into the community and shared it with all these young men.